Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 Ifbb Pro League Europa Pro, all the women's results, women's bodybuilding, women's physique, figure, fitness, wellness, and bikini. And it's so exciting because this was the last contest qualifying for Olympia. Oh my gosh. So speaking of Olympia, last year's top 3 are automatically qualified, and then the winner of every open division contest within the qualification period, which is now over, also gets to go to Olympia. It's so exciting. So let's begin with women's bikini. In first place, Adriana. Second, Jess. Third, Carrie. Fourth, Sophia. And fifth, Otavia. And if you look carefully, it was really close between third and fourth, but a clear win for Adriana in first. So here's Otavia in fifth place. She looks absolutely gorgeous. I love her glute and the hamstring and this gorgeous definition she has in her quad. She's just curve upon extra curve, a beautiful curve in the legs. It's such a beautiful lower body. I think she poses really nicely to show off that great sweep. She's got a really nice small midsection with a perfectly outlined oblique, flat stomach, nice lat, beautiful upper body too. Maybe she could have a little bit more size into the shoulders, or even twist a little bit more, just to make sure that that shoulder and that glute are really completely perfectly level and lined up and a perfect symmetrical hourglass shape. But I think she just has such a great outline, great size, beautiful poise. She's perfectly lean with lovely conditioning. I like that you have the sharp line, but her back leg is still smooth. She's just beautiful. The suit color with the lipstick, her hair is gorgeous. It's off her shoulders. Man, she's just a stunning athlete. Next in fourth is Sophia. Beautiful as well. I just love this curve she has in her front leg. It's just gorgeous and a beautiful hamstring. I love how her stance is nice and wide, and it really shows off the sweep of her quad. She's got the most beautiful, elegant curve to the leg, a nice size into the glute. I think she could have a little bit more height right here. If the glute could come a little bit higher, that would be amazing. But still, a really great shape overall. Teeny tiny waist, beautiful obliques, that nice V shape, and man, some crazy width in her shoulders. I think she's got beautiful curves in the delts that really complement the curve of her glute. I think she could potentially be a little less sideways, like show a tiny bit of the oblique of the back oblique, just so that we can see a little bit more of that beautiful definition in her stomach. Her waistline is tiny. I don't think she would lose anything by being a little bit less sideways. But yeah, I love the straight hair. I love the color of her suit. I just think she's so beautiful. Maybe, it's just a photo, but I would try to just relax this arm and not have it come out at the elbow, just to let the arm fall straight, as long as it's not covering the glute. But yeah, she's gorgeous. All right, next and third is Carrie, and I am loving everything about her balance. She's so round and curvy in the delt. Her delts are massive, arguably the biggest, most developed delts on this stage, and then gorgeous glute to match. I think she's got great curve, she's got great size, and it's just a really nice proportion between upper and lower. She also has amazing legs, great quad sweep, great hamstrings, beautiful definition, just enough that you have this groove in her glute, detailed by her kneecap, a crazy good oblique, a nice flat stomach. She's just awesome. She looks so cool. Her makeup is beautiful. Her eyes are glowy. Her hair is gorgeous. I love that it's off her shoulders, so you have a perfect view of these amazing shoulders. They're so high and round. The suit is deep and luxurious. She just looks so cool. She's smoky and cool. I love it. In the lineup photo, I do find that her shoulders kind of take center stage. Maybe that's something that she might want to try to downplay a little bit, just to make sure that you don't notice that one body part before the rest. Maybe perhaps a little bit more sideways in the posing to really show off the lats, play up the lower body. You'll see what I mean when we get to the back pose in particular, but I personally think she's extraordinary, and I'm loving the size and the curves. She's just beautiful. All right, next in second place is Jess. Love the red suit and the red lip. She looks gorgeous. A really nice waistline. I think she's got fantastic detail in her midsection, her oblique, nice curve to the glute, and a really nice little dip she gets where the glute and the hamstring come together. And I'm loving this line here to really show off that hamstring. The hamstring in the back leg looks great. Her calf looks beautiful. The front leg, I'm loving the quad, but I just wish there was a little bit more curve to the sweep of the quad in the back leg. I find this to be a little bit straight. But overall, I think she has a really nice look. I do notice from a symmetry perspective, maybe the posing is a bit off, but I wouldn't mind if this shoulder was a little higher so that it was level with this one. To me, this shoulder is a little bit up and this shoulder is a little bit down. And even with the way she's got her hand, I'm kind of following this downwards line. I think if she could pull up the shoulder, really open up, pull out, pull back, open the lat, and just let the arm fall straight down, that would be really extraordinary. But overall, she's got a great look, a beautiful amount of definition. The red is stunning, and she just looks awesome. Maybe when I'm talking about the quad sweep, even by rotating the knee, like it almost looks like her heel is closer to us than her toes. So maybe if she brought the knee more forward, that could help in making that back leg look a little bit fuller and rounder. All right, next in first is Adriana, and she looks so good. We haven't seen her in a long time, and I'm so happy to see her in first place, doing amazing. And man, the balance on her is really, really beautiful. She's got great delts, beautiful lat, a nice tiny waist, so detailed, and then a great size to the glute and leg that just looks so perfect with the size of her upper body. She's not the most muscular. There are other girls that are bigger, rounder legs, but on her frame, her size is perfect. Beautiful curve to the bottom of her hamstring, great definition in her leg, beautiful midsection, and she's posing really well with this back arm to maintain a nice curve into the shoulder. The only thing I would do differently would be to make sure that the hair was to the back so that we see both of those delts really clearly. But that's it. I think she really nailed it, and that red suit is absolutely gorgeous. It's like the most pretty red you've ever seen. All right, here's the lineup. Unbelievable. These women are all just so good. Adriana, I think, is posing really well. She's showing us just enough of her midsection. She's opened up her shoulders. You get that nice triangular look of her upper body and that beautiful balance with the lower body. The line coming down her leg is really clear and easy to see. She's just striking. Jess, again, with the shoulders, I think I'm really noticing that not level look. I think she has to pull this one up, try to be a bit more straight, but she's got some beautiful legs. I'm loving this detail in her quad. Sophia, wow, what a tiny midsection, but I don't know that she needs to be so sideways. I feel like she could be a little bit more towards the front, maybe play with the angles a bit more, just so that we see more of her midsection, because clearly it's amazing. Otavia, I love her legs. I love the shape of her glute. I think she really has a nice curve and nice amount of size right here in the glute compared to some of the other competitors. It's just a gorgeous curve. Carrie, stunning. She looks so cool. The shoulders really stand out to me in this lineup. She's just so developed, so round, beautiful shape overall, and I love the sweep of her quad. But Adriana just looks really moderate. Her frame, the amount of muscle on her frame just suits her perfectly. And now in the back pose, this is where I thought Carrie's delts maybe take a little too much center stage here, perhaps even just a little bit more hair to cover some of that definition she's getting in her back. Adriana, I think, really has a nice flow to her hourglass. You get that popping of the delts, that nice tiny waistline, and then a beautiful size to the glutes and curve to the legs. She's got good tie-ins. She's got a little bit of definition into the hamstrings. It's just a really nice overall physique and a nice silhouette. Jess looks beautiful, great size into her glutes. She's got some nice height. Again, with the shoulders, though, I find this shoulder is a little higher than this one. Sophia, beautiful. Her delts are really lean and striated. She she might want to just be careful of that so she still maintains a bit more of the softness into her back. Otavia, beautiful glutes, great quad sweep. I love the curve of the inside of her leg, but I do think her hair is too long. I think a little bit shorter, maybe more in a V shape, would have been more flattering to her glutes. And of course, in terms of Olympia, there she is, qualified. All right, moving on to women's wellness. In first place, Camille. Second, Sandra. Third, Lexi. Fourth, Paola. And fifth, Beatrice. So here's Beatrice in fifth. She looks great. Love all the pink nails, the pink lipstick, the pink eyeshadow, the jewelry. Everything looks so beautiful. She's got great size and really nice conditioning. I love the line down her leg. I love the detail in her back quad. However, I find that whether it's the feet are too close together or she could be higher on the toe, something just to make this back leg a little more visible. I find that this quad is really obstructing the view of the hamstring, and I want to see more of the back leg. I think her obliques look really good. Her hand is really far in front of her midsection, like even right on top of the belly button. Maybe she's just trying to really keep the skin looking beautiful. She's got a nice triangular shape, gorgeous size into her upper body. Like, check out those shoulders. It looks awesome. I would just be really careful about the arm coming too far back and to be a little bit more of like naturally just falling. But overall, I think she looks really awesome. It's a great look. Love all the pink and wow, very muscular. Okay, next in fourth, Paola. Beautiful suit. Oh, does it ever look nice against her skin? It really pops, and it looks beautiful with the backdrop too. It's just a perfect color. I think she's so curvy. I love the shape of her quad. You can see she's got a really beautiful quad sweep in the back leg, but again, I find the feet too close together. Maybe she could just widen the stance a little so we can see more of the back leg. Like, her whole hamstring is gone because of this beautiful quad. So I would try to create a little bit more visibility of the back leg. I'm loving how high her glute is and just that beautiful curvy shape. She's got lovely conditioning, really nice lats, and a beautiful amount of shoulder. I would be careful though that the shoulders maintain a little bit more of a levelness. I find this shoulder is higher than this one, and I'm not crazy about the arm coming out so far to the side. It could just be the photo, but again, I feel like if she can just get the shoulders more straight, let the arm fall down without blocking the glute, of course, I think that would just look a little bit more natural and easygoing. But overall, she's just gorgeous. I'm loving all the curves in her legs. All right, next and third is Lexi. I didn't quite have a side pose photo, so I'm showing you a front and a transition just so you can get all of those details. You can see in the front pose her abs are gorgeous, really nice definition in the six-pack, beautiful curve to her glute, and in the side, wow, great size, huge hamstrings, really nice definition in the side of her legs. I wouldn't mind if she could get like a bit more of that curve where the glute and the hamstring come together so you really notice that indentation. But otherwise, I think like, man, she looks awesome. Really nice shoulders. She's created that perfect shape where the top is wide and comes into a narrow midsection before coming out to these really big, well-developed legs. I think maybe a little more definition in the front pose would be nice if we could see a bit more detail in the quads, but overall, like, she really nailed it, and her makeup is pretty. It coordinates nicely with the pink suit and the nails, everything. It's gorgeous. All right, next in second place is Sandra. Wow, she's so round and full. She's got great conditioning in the abs, the obliques, her shoulders, the line coming down, but more than lines, I just see roundness and curves. Her legs look beautiful, and even though her feet are close together, you see a nice amount of the back leg. I love it. I wouldn't change her stance. I think she's got good quad sweep in both of the legs. Her hamstrings look awesome, and what I really like is that dip she gets where the glute and the hamstring come together. It's a beautiful shape. Really nice lats, great shoulders. What I also noticed is that she's very muscular and well developed in her upper body, but still more narrow than the lower body. So she's got that perfect overall wellness shape. It's beautiful. Maybe, however, she could be a little less forward. I feel like it would accentuate her tiny waistline if the belly button was a little bit more sideways and a little less to the front corner, just to really show off how tiny she is. I love the purple suit. I love her hair being off her shoulders, off her face. Her makeup is perfect. And man, I just can't get over those beautiful legs. And now in first place is Camille. So good. Her lower body is stunningly gorgeous. The curve to the glute and the curve to the hamstring. This dip she gets here, amazing. You see all kinds of detail in the conditioning of this quad, in the hip, in the back quad, right by the kneecap. Her feet are super close together, but I'm still seeing her hamstring, a nice amount of size in the leg. I think it's the angle. She's doing a really good job with her posing. Her torso is nice and tall. Her abs look so smooth, great obliques, such a tiny waistline, and beautiful width into the upper body. Great curve to the delts. Beautiful tan. I love the gloss on her quad. The red suit is beautiful. Maybe she could have done a red lip. Just me. But she just looks just gorgeous. It's a really nice overall flowy shape with the most beautiful conditioning. All right, so here's the side-by-side. This is where I felt that Paola is a little too sideways. It's not showing off her waistline well enough. I think Sandra is too forward-facing, and it's not showing off her waistline well enough. Camille, I think, really has it. She's showing off the tiny waist, the really nice profile look at her glute, and that widening up into her upper body. It looks just gorgeous. Lexi, the arm is obstructing the glute here, so I would pull her upper body even more open. Try to get that shoulder way out so the arm can fall flat. Beatrice looks beautiful, really great shape, nice size into the legs. But to me, Camille just has it with her tiny waistline and that beautiful connection where the glute and the hamstring come together. I love it. And then in the back pose, everybody looks awesome, but Camille to me really has a nice amount of fullness at the very top, like right where her suit ends. It just is so wide and so high. I really like that, but she maintains that width all the way down right to the tie-ins. Like even her tie-ins look full and thick. It's gorgeous. She's got a really impressive glute and nice size into the legs to match. She's got good conditioning, but she's not overly lean to be too many lines. Tiny waistline, a nice, delicate silhouette, right? She just has a really pretty overall shape. I think she just nailed it. Sandra, gorgeous tie-ins, really nice definition to the hamstring, but you don't notice that width in the top of her glutes like you see on Camille. So I think it was a great win for her. And of course, in terms of Olympia, there she is, qualified. All right, moving on to women's fitness. In first place, Michaela, second, Martina, third, Annika, fourth, Carolina, and fifth, Nicolette. And looking carefully at the scores, Michaela was in first place for the physique round and for the routine. So her score was so high. She got that first place well above and beyond the others. So a great win for her. So here's Nicolette in fifth. Amazing. She looks lovely. I love this suit. It's really different. It's unique, bright colors. She's got a really nice V-taper. I think her shoulders are great, really high, really round. Her posing looks really good, and a good sweep to the quads. But I think at the end of the day, she just needed more conditioning, more ab definition, more detail in the quads. Her delts could have a little bit more of an outline. But overall, I think her shape is really great, and the fit of her suit is beautiful. So this was a nice fifth place for her. And here's a look at her routine costume. Now that is cool. I love that. All right, next in fourth, Carolina. Beautiful quads. She's got some great curves, nice definition coming through, a nice small waistline. I like how high the fit of her suit is with these straps. It's very flattering to the V. She's got a nice overall shape, but I do think she could have a little bit more size into the shoulders. If she could get a bit more roundness here, I think that would draw your eye more to her width so that the V taper is even more exaggerated. Certainly a little more size in the lats wouldn't hurt either, but overall, just a little bit more of an exaggerated ratio from wide to narrow. Her conditioning is pretty good. I think you're seeing some nice detail in the legs, but I would love a bit more ab and even a little more outlining into the delts. And then the last thing I noticed, this suit is a little bit lopsided. I think this strap needed to be a little looser or tied a little bit differently in the back just to make sure that the suit is perfect so that the symmetry isn't thrown off. But a 4th place is pretty amazing. And there's a look at her routine. All right, next and third is Annika. She looks beautiful. I've been so impressed with her all season. She's doing amazing. She's got a really nice shape. It's a beautiful V taper, great size into the delts, some nice lats, a beautiful midsection, so well defined abs, nice smooth waistline, a good size to the quads. So I think at the end of the day, she could just be a little bigger. She could have larger quads, more sweep, more roundness, and then the definition could be even sharper into the legs. The suit is a beautiful color. It's not black. I think it's like a navy blue. It's gorgeous. And I like that the bottoms come up nice and high onto her waistline to really show off that V shape. But even her upper body, I think, could have a little bit more lat. Just overall, a little bit more. I want more. But the midsection is super impressive, and I'm really, really stoked that she's getting such amazing placings, and she's doing just awesome. And there's a look at her routine. All right, Martina in second. Now there's some size. Really big lats, big shoulders, a very wide V taper. That lat spread comes in so big into her nice, smooth midsection. What a great shape. She's got fantastic ab definition and a nice amount of size into the quad sweep. Though, I do think she could have a little bit more size into the inside of her legs. Really try to eliminate any extra space in here. I just want skin on skin, just full round thighs. Even a little more quad sweep wouldn't be the worst thing. I think her upper body is so impressive, and she's got such a wide V taper that she could definitely have a little bit more width into her lower body. The other thing I would do differently is I would bring the straps of her suit in higher. I'm not crazy about this more hip kind of hip hugger style. I think it just creates too much of a round swoop, and I think a more sharp V would be even better, just to really amplify the V taper. And I think that would also elongate her legs and help you to see more of the curve of her quads. But the color of the suit is beautiful. I love that her hair is off her face. I think her abs look amazing. The conditioning is definitely there. She's certainly lean. But yeah, just a little more leg and she'd be crazy. And there's a look at her routine. And now in first place, Michaela. And remember, she was in first both for her routine and for her physique, and you can see it. She's got amazing size. Her V taper is so full, really big lat spread, great size in the shoulders, good symmetry, good balance with the upper and the lower, tiny midsection. The suit fits perfect. It really accentuates the smallest part of her waist, and then beautiful legs. The size is there, the definition is there, the curves. It's just gorgeous. She's so balanced and so proportionate, and I'm loving all the detail. And then she's just beautiful. She's so pretty. Her makeup is gorgeous. Her hair looks so shiny and healthy and beautiful. Her tan is nice and rich. She's got gloss everywhere that it needs to be to really show off those quads in particular. I just think she nailed it. The suit is beautiful. I'm loving all the colors, and they look so pretty with the backdrop too. So she's got it. She's got the shape. She's got the size. She's got the conditioning. Nailed it. There's a look at her routine. And now here's the girls side by side, and I think it's a clear win for Michaela. Her quads really stand out for the size, but also for the detail. Those teardrops that she has by her kneecaps are completely outlined. It looks awesome. Then her waistline looks beautiful. The fit of her suit really accentuates the V. Her lats look great and nice rounded shoulders. Annika looks really fabulous in her shoulders, and she's got a nice overall shape, but I do think she just needs a bit more width into the lat to really highlight the V shape. Martina, beautiful size, but not quite as defined and not quite as full and round as you're seeing with Michaela. I think Nicolette and Carolina both could have had a little bit more conditioning to really show off the details. Michaela, to me, stole the show here. And then in the back pose, again, Michaela, she's got that nice V taper. She's got some really good size to the glutes. They're wide, they're high, and they're really full. Martina doesn't quite have the same amount of density into the glutes. She's not as defined into the back of her legs. Annika, super impressive detail coming through in her back, but not as much detail into the back of her legs. Carolina, beautiful size into her glutes. But again, both Carolina and Nicolette, I think, just needed more definition, particularly in those tie-ins. So, of course, there she is, added to the list for Olympia. All right, women's figure. In first place, Sarah. Second, Anna. Third, Nina. Fourth, Marie. And fifth, Madame. So here's Madame in fifth place. She looks fabulous. Really great definition. The detail in her quads is awesome. She's got beautiful symmetrical abs. Wow, that looks so good. And really super curvy lats. They're so high up on her torso and just a really nice curve. I think she's got great size in the shoulder, but I wouldn't mind if she could get a little bit more roundness. I find they're almost straight right across the very top. Perhaps it's just as simple as changing the angle of her elbows or her wrists, something, just to maintain more of that curvy shape to balance and match the curviness of the lats. I think she's got some beautiful overall silhouette, great conditioning. Maybe she could put the heels together just to try to really streamline that shape. But overall, I think she's got a great look. I love all the gloss and the highlighting on her quads. And I love also that her hair is up. It gives you such a nice view of her upper body. It's beautiful. All right, next in fourth, Marie. Wow. Okay, first of all, love the color of her suit. It is striking against her skin tone. I can't tell, but it almost seems like her shoes might have green in them too. Maybe it's just a reflection, but if so, that's amazing. She's got a beautiful skin. She's so glossy. I'm loving all the highlighting in her quads, and that definition is crazy. The quads are so outlined. It's nuts. And what amazing ab definition. Her conditioning is next level. She's got beautiful details with the makeup. What can I say? Really impressive. I think the posing could be a little bit less wide in the arms. I think she could kind of just curve them in a little bit more. It's just throwing off the proportions to me. I'm really looking wide into the upper body, and it makes me want to have a wider lower body to match the width between her hands. The other thing is the suit. While I love the color, I would bring it up higher and make the straps thinner. I think that would help to make the legs appear longer, maybe the torso a little shorter, and then the V would be more extreme. It would really pinch in at her waist and come out at the quads. That's the only thing I can think of. I think she looks pretty crazy. That definition is wild. All right, next and third is Nina. Beautiful shoulders. Wow, really crazy good size. Nice lats, really narrow into her waistline, and what a tiny midsection she has. Very beautiful overall silhouette. She's got some good detail into the quads, and nice balance with upper and lower. She's really doing a good job of creating some nice proportions. Somehow to me, though, the symmetry is off. I feel like this quad is bigger and rounder and has more detail. Maybe it's just the photo, but even like this arm seems to be higher than this one. So I would be really careful of that. Make sure everything is level and straight and balanced and perfectly symmetric, so that every picture is the best picture. But overall, it's a great look. She's got a beautiful suit. It fits nice and high. It accentuates her tiny waistline. She's got amazing size in her upper body as well, and I think she looked beautiful. All right, next and second is Anna. Holy Dinah, she is stunning. The suit color is beautiful. The nail polish, the makeup, her tan, the gloss, the sheen, all of those details, perfection. Her physique is amazing. I really love her overall shape. She's got great shoulders. They're so round. It's a smooth silhouette into the lats. Tiny, beautiful midsection, perfectly flat stomach, and then great sweep to the quads. I find she has a really nice overall shape. The definition in her legs is gorgeous. Really a lot of detail coming through on the quads. It goes all the way up her hip. I just think she's stunning. The silky smooth long hair looks beautiful. However, I would just make sure that it was all to the back. I'm not crazy about this hair being over the one side because it obstructs the delt and it just throws off the symmetry, because now I've got this black line going over part of her body. I want to just see the lat and the delt without anything on top. That is my only suggestion. I think everything about her is just perfect. She's beautiful. And now in first place is Sarah, another stunning competitor. The suit, the pink details in the nail, her lipstick looks pretty, like everything is just gorgeous. The glossiness to her legs, all of this definition is crazy. You're seeing everything all the way up her hip to her suit. Her abs are so lean. She's got a tiny waistline. The suit really accentuates that smallest part, and a beautiful V-taper. She's wide, she's full, she's round. She's got a great overall shape, and my eye just flows over the silhouette. I think she looks gorgeous. I'm loving the detail. I'm loving the sheen. Her posing looks beautiful. She's got great balance, great proportions. Like, there's nothing negative to say. She looks just sensational. All right, so here's the lineup, and everybody looks amazing. I'm really, though, drawn to Sarah and Anna. I think Anna has a lot of size. Her lats, that spread is even bigger than Sarah. She's really big on top, a nice tiny waistline, and then beautiful size into her quads. Sarah also has some beautiful size, but very proportionate to her frame. She's a little bit more moderate in her size than Anna, and just has a really lovely overall flow to her physique. I think both women look beautiful. I love the pink. I love the dark hair. I love the posing. I love the gloss. I love the sheen. Like, they're both side by side, really exceptional. Nina, those shoulders are striking, so big, really great, nice quad sweep as well. But again, that symmetry, I think, is a little bit off. I'm noticing more in this quad and more in this shoulder. Madame, great definition, beautiful abs, really nice upper body. She's got a great, really solid physique. Marie, crazy sweep to her quads, some nice definition, but I feel like Sarah and Anna really kind of exemplify that V shape and that X frame overall, just the width coming into the narrow and back out to the wide. And then in the back pose, beautiful. The size on Anna's glutes is amazing. The definition and that 3D quality in Sarah is beautiful, though. I'm really liking her back. I think she's got some nice development into the muscles all the way down her back, right behind the straps, and then a really nice definition outlining her glutes. Quite lean, you've got a lot of detail into the hamstrings, but just overall a really lovely shape. But Anna, to me, in second is very comparable. A little bigger, a little wider, a little more dense in the glutes and the quads. both look beautiful, but Sarah just had that really nice, pleasant overall shape and great conditioning. It's beautiful. This was a tremendous top 5. Figure is just out of this world. And of course, in terms of Olympia, there she is, qualified. Moving on to women's physique. In first place, Barbara. Second, Nadine. Third, Manon. Fourth, Christy. And fifth, Hong. So here's Hong in 5th place. Oh, I love her quads. She's so round and curvy. Her legs look amazing. Even her calves are round and curvy and full. She's got a really nice narrow waistline, beautiful shoulders. She's got a great V shape, just a great silhouette. I think at the end of the day, she could have a little bit more size into the lats and really accentuate that width, and maybe a tiny bit more conditioning in the upper body. Her legs look great, but I wouldn't mind if the delts had just a little bit more sharpness in their outlining. That's it. That's all I can say. I think she looks great. A beautiful suit, vibrant colors. It fits her perfectly. Great details in her makeup and her jewelry and her nails. Just, she looks awesome. Love the curves. All right, next in 4th is Christy. Wow, the detail in her quads is striking. A lot of definition. She's so lean. You've got feathering. You have perfectly outlined shapes into the quads all the way up her hips. Beautiful. She's got nice obliques. She's got some really lean lats. You're seeing all kinds of details and great size into the arms. Beautiful. I think her suit fits her really nicely. It's a great color. It looks nice with her lipstick. I'm not crazy about her tan though. I feel like the legs are darker than the upper body. I would have liked it to be a bit more even and level and a little bit more solid in the color. She's gorgeous. She could perhaps have a bit more roundness into this leg here, the one that's up on the toe. Maybe she could just play around with where to put the knee just to make sure you're seeing that nice dip into the meatiness of the leg. But she looks great. It's a beautiful 4th. All right, next in 3rd place is Manon, and this makes me so excited to see her do women's physique. We've been seeing her doing great in figure, but here she is, and wow, 3rd place. Amazing. And she looks tremendous. The sweep of her quads is unreal. She's got so much beautiful size, great definition. It's so 3D, really popping, beautiful lines coming all the way up her hip. Her abs look smooth and great definition, nice outlining, amazing lats, and great size in the shoulders. She's just striking. She's so big. She's got a great X frame, and I love the suit. I love her short hair. It gives you a great view of her delts. There is nothing she could do better. I think she's so good. She's got a great overall package, beautiful posing. Perhaps, maybe the upper body tan could be a little bit darker compared to the legs. I've said this before on another competitor, so maybe it's just a lighting issue and it's coming through in the photos, but to me, her legs look a lot richer and darker, and the shadowing and shading around the muscles from the definition are showing off better than in the upper body. It's a slightly different shade. So that's one thing that I would change. But otherwise, like, my gosh, I'm so excited to see her, and I think she looks crazy. All right, next in 2nd place, Nadine. Wow, her shape is unreal. She's so narrow in her midsection, so her arms and legs are crazy big in comparison. The X is clearly visible. She's got great curve to the quad, great curve to the lat and the shoulders. Beautifully lean. I think her midsection looks beautiful. The definition in her legs looks great. Maybe she could have a little bit more of the sharpness in the lines in the inside part of her thigh. Barely, just a tiny bit more, but she's just gorgeous. What a great silhouette. She's long, she's tall, she's very built. The density in the legs, in the upper body is just stunning. I love her hair. I love that it's off of her shoulders, so you get a great view of those amazing delts. Her makeup is pretty. Everything looks beautiful, and I also love how she's wearing her top, so the triangles are really close together. It makes you notice these lats so well. It's great. It's a beautiful silhouette. The only thing I would change would be to make sure that the suit is perfectly symmetrical. I find that this is higher up on the hip than this one. So I would just bring that strap a little bit more, just glue it in place and make sure that there's a perfect V shape. That's it. She is just gorgeous. And now in first place, Barbara, amazing. The definition in her legs is crazy. So much detail, not only in the quad, but like right up into her hips. Her abs look fabulous. Her lats are really curvy. I'm loving how outlined her biceps are. It's a full circle. It's amazing. And I like that she's a shorter stature in the lineup, but the muscle is so condensed on her frame and just fills her out beautifully. She's perfectly balanced. She looks really X-frame, really solid and muscular and perfectly leaned. It's just beautiful. Maybe if I could make a suggestion, not that she needs it, first place, I would try to get the triangles of her suit to be closer together so that there's nothing in the way of her lat here. Like if the triangle could be a little more towards the middle. That's it. Nothing else to change. She's just so good. Okay, so here's the lineup. You can see what I mean about Barbara's a little bit shorter than the two girls on either side of her, but her frame is filled out so beautifully. The size, the balance, the shape, the curves in the leg look so good compared to the curves of her upper body. Her conditioning is beautiful. I think Christy here, the tan is not quite doing her justice. It's a little bit more splotchy. Nadine, my goodness, tiny midsection, beautiful curves to the inside of her legs. Manon, beautiful legs. What a great upper body as well. Beautiful midsection. Hong, it's not the greatest photo, I'm sorry, but I wanted her to be in this pose. And man, you can see the size in her legs. It's just striking. But Barbara to me has so much definition and like the perfect X shape. And now looking at the back pose, Barbara's glutes really stand out because of how big they are, but also the definition. Like the detail in the bottom where the tie-ins are, it's so peaked and triangular and just striations, but also really big and full and round. It looks just awesome, and her back is so 3D, and I love that the lats basically go all the way to the crisscross strap. It's just muscle everywhere. It's so cool. Nadine definitely has a beautiful shape, but she doesn't have as much of that like just crazy big fullness and size that leaves no space. I find that Barbara is just so completely covered. Nadine has a longer torso. It's just a different overall silhouette and shape. Beautiful nonetheless, but I can see why Barbara came in first place. She just looks so full and round and just condensed with crazy muscle. Great size in her legs. I think Hong's legs look really good. Really nice fullness and roundness. Manon, beautiful shoulders, great 3D detail in her back, nice outlining of the glutes. Nadine, I think, could have a little bit more size in the glutes when you compare her to Barbara and Manon. Christy, amazing size, really nice detail also coming down into the hamstrings. Just everybody looked tremendous. And of course, there she is added to the list. All right, women's bodybuilding. In first place, Nadia. Second, Roshana. Third, Irene. Fourth, Jenny. And fifth, Isis. And very close. Only 1 point difference between third and fourth. All right, so here's Isis in fifth. Beautiful legs. I love the fullness and size she has in the bottom of her thigh. She's got some nice quad sweeps, really good detail coming right here, this line going all the way up. But I find that there could be a bit more of that really fine definition, right? The teardrop, the striations, the feathering. I wouldn't mind if it was a little bit more detail coming through in the legs. She's got a nice trim waistline, beautiful curvy lats, nice size into her upper body. The tan is good, but I find that the bottom is more glossy and shiny and there's more like highlights to the quads. I think she could could have more of that highlighting up into the top of her body as well. That she looks great. It's a really good X frame the way she's posing, and definitely showing off this great quad sweep. The suit is really unique. It's crazy, like golden with the red. It's really lovely, but I do think that the straps could come up higher to try to accentuate more the waist, the V-taper, and make the waistline look even more trim and tiny compared to the V-taper. All right, next is Jenny in fourth. Love this pose. Those shoulders look so good, and that quad, amazing. The definition, the 3D, the pump, all of the vascularity, the detail. Oh, it's so cool. Great abs, really nice small waistline, good size into the lats, great size in the arms. She looks fabulous. Nice suit. I love the colors. I love the details, and very bright, beautiful makeup. And I love that her hair is up, so you see her upper body perfectly. We'll get to her again in a second when she's in the same pose as everybody else in the lineup photo, but I think you can see she's got really good shape, really nice curves, and some beautiful definition. But it's that curve in the quad and the curve in the delt that I think look really nice. Great X shape. All right, Irene in third. Wow, she's so good. She's so big. She's got a lot of size in her upper body. Her lat spread is massive. She's got really nice big delts. She's got a beautiful smooth midsection, right? The abs have nice detail. She's got a really good angle in the V with the fit of her suit, so you're following the line all the way up, and I think she's posing really well to make that nice X shape in her frame. It looks awesome. She's got great balance between upper and lower. Nice amount of detail coming through in the quads. Love the feathering. I love the size in her legs on the inside here. I think she just looks awesome. Maybe she could have a little bit more sweep on this leg. So perhaps she could put the knee pointing more up rather than straight like towards the corner. I would try doing more of the knee pointing to the ceiling, and that might help to show off the curve of the leg here. Perhaps a little bit deeper, clearer definition in the abs too, if she could, but otherwise, like, I think her X looks really great. She's got a really nice overall silhouette, amazing size, and just a nice shape overall. Love the suit. The colors are beautiful. I like that the purple comes into a different color. It just draws your eyes to the V-taper. Her hair is up. That's perfect. Shows off her delts. She's awesome. All right, Rashana in second place. Wow, her abs are so defined. Her waistline is tiny. She's got super curvy lats. Really rounded, a long torso, and then beautiful round legs. Lots of size, lots of nice definition, just a great overall shape. Again, I feel like the glossiness is beautiful on the lower body, but then her upper body is kind of more matte. I'd love to see a bit of that highlighting and sheen in the delt, in the bicep, to just show off some of that muscle. The suit is beautiful. She really carries this gold nicely, but I would bring the straps higher in the lower body so that it elongates the leg. I think that would help to really highlight the V shape and show off the X a little bit clearer. I would also pose a little bigger with the lower body. I think she could extend the leg out more. Maybe even twist a little, do a little bit of a crunch to the oblique, and just really play with the shape and highlight how much width she really has. And now in first place is Nadia. Oh, wow. She looks cool. She looks really big. Her quad sweep is massive. Great definition. Check out the vascularity, the detail in her abs. Her lats look massive. Like, look at how far her back comes off of her body here. That's crazy. I love that she's kind of at an angle. She's playing with, different proportions and really showing off her features. I think this is a beautiful pose for her. Her leg looks amazing. Her upper body looks crazy. Her delt looks good. tan is nice and dark here. I think just be careful. The tan was wearing off a little bit in her upper body, just to make sure that tan is even all the way through. But it's a beautiful suit. The color is striking against her skin. I love the red lip. She looks amazing. Okay, so here's the lineup. Everybody's in the same pose. I love that. Now, Nadia stands out. I think that little bit of a crunch she has here and the way she's got her leg is highlighting so beautifully her quad sweep, all of the definition into the leg, but also the sweep on her other leg. It's just such a gorgeous shape. She looks really thick. Rashana beside her is standing more just straight and upright, which is very beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice X frame, but somehow she doesn't look as wow as Nadia. Just the way she's posing, that tiniest little pressure on her toe, but showing off all of the muscles. Rashana, I see lots of curve, but I'm not seeing that really exaggerated X like I see on Nadia. I think she really nailed it with her posing. Irene has beautiful definition in the legs, but I think she could have more detail in her abs. Isis, beautiful overall shape, but I do think her conditioning could have been sharper to really show off the detail in the legs. Jenny here, beautiful lower body, great curves, great definition, but I think she could have a little bit more size into the upper body, bigger shoulders, bigger lats to really make that V shape and show off the X frame. I think Nadia nailed it. She's so big in her upper body and she just looks, you just can't help but look at her. And then in the back pose too, Nadia takes it for me. I love the width that she has in the lats. I love all of this definition she has into her back. I think Rashana beside her doesn't quite have as much of that really clear 3D outlining in her back. And Nadia just looks thick right from her armpits down to her straps. Beautiful definition of the glutes. They're so striated, they're so lean, they're so outlined. Rashana has great fullness, great size, but not as crazy in the outlining and the shape. Nadia's definition into the hamstrings, amazing. I think Jenny has some insane hamstring definition. Like you can see the full hamstring. It's coming right out of her body. But here I think you can see she could have a little bit more width into the lats. Irene looks absolutely beautiful. Her shoulders are gorgeous. Really nice shape into the glutes. Maybe she could have a little bit more detail into those hamstrings. And same with Isis. I think she's got great shape, great size, but more of the detail into the back of her legs to really compare with Nadia. And of course, Nadia was already qualified for Olympia. So that's it for this show. I will be coming back with a prediction video for my Olympia athletes. So make sure you stay tuned for that, as well as more show recaps. The shows keep happening. So make sure you give me a like if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at turquoise toffee.